You forget what you just read, blank out in exams, start a book, and by chapter 3, cannot remember chapter 1? It is not because you are stupid, it is because no one taught you how to learn. You have been blaming your brain when the real problem is your system. They told you to read more, highlight harder, take better notes, and now you are drowning in info you cannot even recall. Let me make this simple. You are not broken, you are just learning wrong. Today, I am handing you the system that rewired my brain, the one schools never gave you, the anti-forget formula that turns readers into retainers. Ready to stop leaking knowledge? Let us fix your system. The truth no one tells you about learning. Cramming is not learning. Reading more does not mean you know more. That is like pouring water into a bucket with holes. Fast will not fix broken. Here is the hard truth. You forget 90% of what you read within a week. That is not memory loss, it is your brain rejecting info it never truly processed. You highlight pages, reread paragraphs, take neat notes, but ask you to explain it 3 days later, gone, blank, crickets. Why? Because learning does not happen when you consume, it happens when you digest, and most people, they are all input. No processing. This is not about working harder, it is about stopping the brain bleed. Plug the leak, and you will double your retention without doubling your effort. Now, we fix that leak. The two-stage learning system, let me give it to you straight. Stage 1, consumption. Stage 2, digestion. If you only remember one thing from this video, make it this: real learning does not happen when you read, it happens after. But most people, you are stuck in stage 1 like a hamster running on a knowledge treadmill. You read fast, watch lectures at 2x speed, binge audiobooks like it is Netflix for your brain. But then you sit for an exam, or try to explain something, and your mind just crashes. You have been cramming info like it is an all-you-can-eat buffet, but never letting your brain absorb it. It is not laziness, it is a missing system, and that is what I will give you right now. P equals procedural. You are reading what you should be doing. Procedural knowledge is the how to stuff, how to code, how to give an exam, how to cook. Here is where most people go wrong. They read about it, they highlight it, they write fancy notes, but they do not actually do it. If you have not practiced it, you have not learned it. You cannot understand push-ups by reading a fitness blog, you have to do the push-ups. Procedural info is not made for memorizing, it is made for execution. Here is the rule: if you cannot use it now, stop reading it now. Do not waste time memorizing steps for something you will not touch this week. That is not preparation, that is just smart-looking procrastination. Your brain does not need more notes, it needs reps. A equals analogous. The hidden hack you already know. Your brain loves patterns, it thrives on, this reminds me of moments. That is your cheat code, that is analogous learning. But here is where most people mess it up. They stop at this is kind of like that. Instead, go deeper. Where does it match? Where does it break? A lazy analogy is like building your knowledge on sand, but a strong one, it creates lasting understanding. This is not fluff, it is brain science turned up to beast mode. Your brain already works this way, you just need to flip the switch. C equals conceptual. Stop reading like a robot. Concepts are not sentences, they are networks, webs of meaning. But most people read like it is 1998, passive, linear, flat, highlighting random facts and hoping your brain magically connects them. That is not learning. Real learners map, mind maps, diagrams, webs, they connect ideas, not just collect them. Ever reach the end of a page and think, what did I just read? That is not forgetfulness, it is bad formatting. Your brain does not store blocks of text, it stores relationships, patterns, context. So stop copying what the book says, and rebuild it how your brain understands it. That is mapping, that is mastery. E equals evidence. Store it, do not worship it. Facts do not matter until you know what they prove. This is not a trivia contest. You are building mental arguments, not just collecting data points. Too many people hoard facts like they are collectors. They store useful info with no real use. Found a stat? Great, now ask, what does it support? Where does it belong? When will I actually use it? Then store it in Notion, Anki, flashcards, wherever, and later, rehearse it, not by rereading, but by explaining, writing, and problem solving. Facts are like ammo, but without a clear target, you are just shooting blanks. R equals reference. Build a second brain. Let us be real, you are wasting brain power trying to memorize stuff you could Google in 5 seconds. Stop using your head as a hard drive, it is for thinking, not hoarding trivia. Those random formulas and definitions, they are reference info, not core memory. Do not let them take up space in your brain rent-free. What smart learners do instead, they build a second brain. Notion, Obsidian, Anki, wherever info lives until it is needed, and when you do need it, use spaced repetition, flashcards, active recall, but do not keep rereading the same sentence like it owes you rent. That is not studying, it is just frustrating busywork that does not stick. Most people are learning like amateurs. Let us clear something up. You are not stupid, you are untrained. You read, you reread, you highlight, and still feel like nothing is clicking? That is not a focus issue, that is a digestion delay. You are binging info like junk food, but never giving your brain time to absorb it. Learning is not about how much you read, it is about what you can recall, use, and explain. A week later. Amateurs binge, pros balance input with processing. Your real enemy is not TikTok, it is that you never pause long enough to let knowledge marinate. Fix that, and you stop forgetting, you start building. Real power equals learning with precision. Here is your upgrade plan. Not all info is equal, so stop treating it like it is. Procedural? Practice it. Analogous? Break it down. Conceptual? Map it. Evidence reference? Store it. Then rehearse it. Every time you match the right info type with the right process, you level up. Every time you do not, you are losing knowledge like a leaky bucket. So next time you study, do not ask, how fast can I finish this? Ask, what kind of info is this, and how should I digest it? Consume less, digest more, retain forever. That is not just smart learning, that is mental dominance. Final words, you are not broken. You are undertrained, your brain is not broken, it is just starving for a better system. You do not need more motivation, you need retention. Once you learn how to learn, nothing can stop you, not burnout, not pressure, not even a 600-page textbook screaming at you at 2 a.m. So if you are done wasting hours on facts you will forget by breakfast, subscribe. This channel is your retention gym. We do not do fluff. We build memory muscle. Let the beginners highlight pages like kids. With crayons, we map, we apply, we master, and we win.